Welcome to episode 2. I was going to wait till next week to try and do a second episode, but I saw some really good stories and wanted to share them, so I thought I'd get it out straight away. Also, it's Good Friday, and Good Friday should have good news, so here you go. Okay, our first story is that the Olympic Park has reopened for business, at least in part. It's still a work in progress, it's still being reconstructed, but you can go and you can see the reconstruction work being done to it. You can also go on a tour of the Orbit, which is the massive sculpture. It's the largest sculpture in the UK, and from the top you can have a look out across London and see some breathtaking views. Now, last year I was lucky enough to go to the Paralympics, and it was one of the shining moments in London's history. The whole Olympics and Paralympics, that period of time, people came together in London, everybody had a good story to take away from it. Everybody felt that for a while people were nice to each other, everybody bonded over the incredible feats that people were doing. I was lucky enough to be in the athletics stadium when Richard Whitehead won the 200 metres. So I was there when a crowd of 80,000 people were all on their feet, all screaming him on as he started quite slowly from what it appeared, and then just picked up the pace, racing to victory for Team GB. It was stunning to see. It just made you feel alive. 80,000 people on their feet screaming for him, and not just for him, screaming for everybody that was part of the race. That was one of the best things about the Paralympics that I saw being there, but also that you saw from the Olympics on TV. People weren't just cheering on their own team. They were cheering on everybody. Every person competing was being supported by everybody, regardless of nationality or background. Everybody wanted everyone to win, wanted everyone to succeed. There are so many heroes that came out of the Olympics and the Paralympics that will literally inspire a generation. This is a chance to see how that legacy is being pushed forward, how it's being fulfilled. It's still a work in progress, the park is still being regenerated, but you get to see that work in progress, you get to see how it's being done. Have a look at noordinarypark.co.uk and check out the website. You can book from there. It's £15 if you're an adult, £7 if you're aged 5 to 17, or free for the under 5s. Okay, this next story is also set in the UK. It's something the Woodland Trust did to celebrate our Queen's Jubilee last year, our Queen's Diamond Jubilee. They decided to plant some trees. Now, it's the Woodland Trust, that's the kind of thing they do. They plant trees, they improve the environment. They planted quite a few. Rather than just going, hey, you know what, to celebrate the Queen, we will plant 100 trees. Nah. Let's plant 1,000 trees. Let's plant 1,000,000 trees. No. Let's plant 6 million. They started this project back in 2011 and they've just completed it. They've planted 6 million trees across the UK. They've done so much to improve this country, not just for this generation, but for generations to come. Have a look on their website, woodlandtrust.co.uk. There's a video by their president, Clive Anderson, explaining the whole project, and you'll see school kids planting these trees, you'll see members of the royal family planting these trees, you'll see so many people from different walks of life getting together to really improve this country and trying to make the whole UK just better for generations to come. Okay, next thing I want to tell you about is something that will brighten your day. It's a Twitter account called Fascinating Pictures, and they really are fascinating. They are beautiful, they are amazing. On today's one they sent out about an hour ago, they've got a picture of a baby lion and a baby ocelot, and it's just adorably cute. But it's not just animals they do sunsets and landscapes. And they repost all these pictures that will just make you go, whoa! Check it out, at Fascinating Pics. Thank you to Sean Tuckey for bringing that to my attention. Now I'd like to say a special thank you to my friend Kith. She came up with the absolutely genius idea that each week we suggest something that you can do. Suggest something that each of us can do to make the world around us a little bit brighter. Now, one thing she suggested applies in Canada and maybe a few other countries in the world. One thing they have in Canada is veterans' license plates. I'd not actually heard of this before, but veterans are often issued with these special license plates that either have a poppy on them or the word veteran. Now, what you can do is carry little thank you cards. Just shove them in your car, little notes or little scraps of paper, and just write the word thank you, or just write something and slip it under the windshield wiper. Just to let people know that they're not forgotten. Let people know that what they've been through, what they sacrificed, actually mattered, actually meant something. It's something easy to do. I'm not sure what other countries have veterans' license plates. We don't in this country, we don't in the UK. But what there is in the UK is a website called thankyousoldier.co.uk, where you can go and you can post messages to people that are out on the front lines at the moment. And you can post a little thank you, or just a message just to say that you're not forgotten. Now, I don't want to get involved in the politics of wars and which wars we're involved in at the moment and the whole nonsense surrounding them. That's a political issue, that's for our world leaders to grow the hell up and deal with. But for the individual soldiers, these are people that are willing to sacrifice themselves. They're willing to sacrifice everything. They risk never seeing their family again. Now, hopefully one day we'll get to a stage where we don't need soldiers. But until that time comes, there are people that will always stand up and put themselves in harm's way for others. So think about that. Think about just leaving a note to someone or seeing a soldier in the street and just going, hey, thank you for what you're doing. Now, the last thing I want to tell you about is a very touching story. I found this story in the London Metro and then went online to learn more and found a full piece about it on today.com. I'll put the link in the description below. It's about a girl called Katelyn Norman. She's 14 years old and suffers from bone cancer. Now, her friends and family set up a special prom for her in Campbell County High School. Unfortunately, she was taken ill and unable to attend. She said the prom should go on without her. Her friends and family disagreed. What they did instead was they brought the prom to her. So in the hospital room at East Tennessee Children's Hospital, they staged a prom. They had everyone dressed up, they had a sash for her as the prom queen, they had a corsage from her date. They brought the prom to her, and not only that, thousands of people lined the local highway in her honour holding a candlelight vigil. And outside her bedroom window, a load of other people formed the shape of a heart, again holding candles so that she could see, and so that she could know people care about her. I think it's beautiful, I think it's a lovely story. And Katelyn, I hope you had an absolutely lovely night. That's it for episode 2. I hope you enjoyed that. Please email me with any stories you've got. dariosbarlondon@gmail.com. Just a reminder, tomorrow is International Tabletop Day, which has already started in Australia apparently. I hope they're going strong. We will be celebrating here later on today. If you'd like more information, go to tabletopday.com or check out the Geek and Sundry YouTube channel. Also, one other thing they have is a cut out and keep Felicia Day to go on your gaming table. Definitely worth checking out. There are a load of websites on the Geek and Sundry list and Twitter that are giving out free stuff for it as well. DriveThru RPG.com. They're doing free RPG related material. Check it out, there's stuff to get you going. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you again soon.